Welcome to the RV Game Changer Show with Uncle Bernie. Brought to you by Campers Inn RV, the RVer's trusted resource. If you're interested in RVs as a consumer, service provider, or as a manufacturer of RVs, this show is for you. Here we talk to RV experts, RV manufacturers, lifestyle influencers, service providers, charitable organizations, and component providers with a sole purpose to make RVing more fun and exciting and easier for you and your family. Please subscribe to RV Game Changer with Uncle Bernie on Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Of course, find us by searching at RV Game Changer on YouTube. Let's see what we can do to make your life better this week on RV Game Changer. Today on RV Game Changer, we have the exciting and hardworking product representative from Grand Design RV, Jeff Moerchen, who represents the Reflection line of fifth wheels and travel trailers. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Bernie? Thanks for having me. This is my first podcast, so bear with me.
Oh, no problem. You've been bearing with me. That's why I'm wearing these silly headphones, because it's having some audio trouble. But hey, thank you so much for joining us today. And by now, Jeff, most folks who have any interest in RVs should know the name of Grand Design RV. And for those that don't, can you give us a brief history lesson on GDRV?
Absolutely. So Grand Design was founded 12 years ago, or approximately 12 years ago. The gentleman who started the company had been in the industry for a long time, and they just saw a lot of deficiencies that they'd, been involved with at other companies, and they wanted to create an RV company that, had just a different business model, different relationship with the retail customer, and also with their dealer body. So, there are a lot of really special things that Grand Design did from the very beginning, and they still do today. That really affect the retail customer and the dealer body. Some of those things are, we want to have one dealer, per market. We have, excellent, and I guess the best way to put it is, a company can be, have, if you can do 5 things better in sales, 5 things better in service, 5 things better in accounting, 5 things better in production, all of a sudden you've collected 60 things that you do better than anyone else. And I think that's from my experience at Grand Design is kind of what I notice.
That's fantastic. Now, tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been in the RV industry, and how did you get involved in Grand Design?
So I was, I've been with Grand Design for about 8 years. I had an opportunity where I wasn't involved in the RV industry at all. And 8 years ago, there was a general manager here at Grand Design, and I knew him growing up. We weren't real good friends or anything like that, but we were definitely acquaintances, and we kept bumping into each other. And I was in a little bit of a transition period in my life. And he was like, "Hey, man, I really think you would be good at being an RV rep." And I didn't know what a fifth wheel was or a travel trailer was.
Really?
I laughed because when I came in for my interview at Grand Design, I was like, I called a friend and I was like, "Hey, so fifth wheels are the ones that go in the back of the truck, and travel trailers like pull behind, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, I got it. Okay." So just in case Don Clark asked me, I know these things. And
was that your first interview with Don Clark himself?
Well, I met with a lot of the product managers and general managers, and then came back in for an interview with Don. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, it's been incredible. Like, I've loved working here. And I'd never really worked in sales before. I'd worked in like the service industry and done a lot of other things. And I think that those, just personability, being able to relate to people, telling stories is a lot of what goes into sales. And so I found that it's a really good fit for me. And honestly, Grand Design, it's been a life-changing kind of job. I've loved it here. So.
All right. Now, you alluded to it earlier, but for those who don't know, let's talk a little bit about what makes Grand Design so special and what has made Grand Design such a trusted name with RVers and RV dealerships alike.
Yeah, I think that, one thing that Grand Design has done really well from my perspective, when I first started at Grand Design, I was in a trainee role. And so I would handle a lot of retail phone calls. I would do a lot of factory tours. And a lot of times people would call in and say, "Hey, I want a Grand Design." And at first I didn't understand what they meant, because they didn't know if they wanted a fifth wheel or a travel trailer, or how long or how short. They wanted to belong to something. And I think Grand Design has done an incredible job creating a community of customers that are very loyal, and also it's a product that stands for something. I think the company was founded for a specific reason. I mean, obviously you start a business because you want to be financially stable, and but really the product comes first. The customers come first. We have owners rallies throughout the United States and Canada, probably 30 to 40 of them. In Elkhart County, we host one in the summertime. And last year, I think around 1,000 people came, and 600 different units came. And basically, it's the owners rally, but we put on, dining events and breakfast and have entertainment and do factory tours. And honestly, I don't own a product where I would go and spend an entire week with 600 other people. So I think it's a really special community. I just think Grand Design is, a really wonderful company in that way, but it always comes back to service. It always comes back to the back end support, the infrastructure that we have behind the scenes that make the ownership experience.
Like I own a Grand Cherokee, but I don't find myself even thinking about going to a place to hang out with a bunch of Grand Cherokee owners, but these Grand Design rallies are just spectacular. As a matter of fact, Mark Hamill, my colleague, and myself, we're going to be going to visit Normandy Farms in Massachusetts in June, where there's a big rally there with, I think, like 375 different rigs and families going there. So it's probably going to be close to 800 or 900 people. We are so excited to be participating in that event with Grand Design. And man, it is amazing how much customer contact your company has with the end users, right?
Yeah, I mean, just on Facebook, we have groups that are dedicated to a single floor plan in a single region. So there's so many forums out there where customers can share feedback or modifications that they've made, do troubleshooting, all sorts of stuff like that. And I mean, honestly, I bought one of the protos that we made in a little Imagine AIM a few years ago, and started, camping in an RV myself with my family. And my takeaway, conceptually and going through videos and things like that, like I know how to operate, a travel trailer. But when you actually tow it and you get to the campground and you set up, and I was just shocked by the amount of people that were willing to help. When I was the first time, I was like, draining my black tank and things like that, pulled up and, I didn't quite know what to do. I mean, I knew what to do, but not really. And this gentleman who was there, came up and he's like, hey, first of all, you need gloves. Second of all, and he gave me all like the tools to do it properly. And I just found that people are really helpful, and when we were there camping, my son was out playing with, friends that he had made, and I met a couple of the parents and stuff like that. So it's just a really cool community, and you weren't thinking about, the bills that you had to pay or the yard work that you had to do. So it is a really cool escape. And it's relatively inexpensive depending on where you're going to. So I definitely get the draw of camping. I'd always kind of been in a tent myself. So.
Well, yeah, I was a tenter for many, many years too. And now that I own a Grand Design, I'm actually allowed into some of those groups on Facebook now. So at first, as a salesperson, I wasn't until I actually owned a unit. And now I'm proud to be part of some of those Facebook groups. And it is a community. It really is. But hey, you know what? You represent the Reflection line of products. And let's get into a little bit about that. Let's break it down. There are 4 different groups of reflections, and tell us a little bit about what they are and why they exist.
Yeah. So we have different kind of segments, and I would call them almost like trim levels within Reflection. Okay. One thing that we always want to maintain with Reflection is that we want to offer a really useful unit no matter how much the customer is willing to spend. So, and that's what I love about Grand Design products. So early on, I was realizing, so we started making Solitude, and then Momentum, and then Reflection, and then Imagine and Transcend. And now we're even into some motorized stuff, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. But when you go down in price point at Grand Design, your value actually skyrockets, because we take a lot of those things that we do from the Solitude or ideas that we have, and we draw them down through all the lines. So we don't really care about how much you're willing to spend. We care about how you're using it. So for example, the Reflection has a 100 series line, and really that's about affordability and simplicity. We don't mess with the experience that you want when you have when you want to get into a fifth wheel. We still give the upgraded running gear, the better tires, the 12-volt heating pads on the tanks, one-touch auto leveling, all the features, the build quality, the fit and finish of a Reflection at an affordable price point. And then we have our 150 series, which was originally geared towards more half-ton towing. And so we've been looking at a lot of ideas on how to, if the consumer wants to go out and travel to Alaska and then Florida and really see a lot of the country, we want to give better touring or a touring suspension. So it's a semi-independent coil suspension, which actually is going live just right now this month.
I can't wait. I haven't heard that. So that's very exciting.
It's really incredible. We've done a ton of testing on this. We've taken every single model to a test track and just make sure that it does what the manufacturer of that component says it's going to do and that it fits our units. So the 150 series would be about adventure and traveling, towability. And then we have our main
still
Reflection
lightweight,
line.
right? So in most cases, you can tow it with maybe a mid-range 3/4 ton comfortably, right?
Yeah, and even some of the models you could tow with a half ton. Just really depends on the model of the truck and what its capabilities are. Pin weight is usually an issue with the half tons, but a lot of them are coming out and you can just tow a lot more.
Yeah, get the right trim package on the truck.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, safety first, obviously.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And then our main Reflection line, what we call our luxury line, is the 303 and upward in our line. That's going to be about livability. So we're going to have more features, more bells and whistles, more creature comforts, more slides, more space. And then we also have our travel trailer line, and our travel trailer line really mirrors our main Reflection line. So you're going to have all those upgrades in a travel trailer. And what we've realized is that, there's a lightweight travel trailer with Imagine, but there are a lot of customers that they want the creature comforts of our main fifth wheels, but they don't want the step up. A lot of people use them as park models. And so they'll take them and plant them permanently on a site. And so that's where we found success with our travel trailer line.
That's fantastic. You can see the different trim levels here. The 100 series, it's lightweight, like you said, maneuverability. Price point is fantastic. I just can't believe that, because you folks don't really change the engineering or the structural design at all. You still have the 4-season ability and all those things that go along with the Grand Design product. And you just are able to save price. And then something like this looks perhaps like a 295 or a 303 RL. And that's that mid-pro. And then now you have this new and exciting full profile Reflection line. And can you tell us some of the benefits that you would have with some of the floor plans that include that front end on that full profile Reflection?
Absolutely. So some of the full profile front cap, it's not on every single Reflection, but typically units with a bed slide, like our 337, which is a very popular model. And then there are really just two exceptions: the 362 TBS, which is a dual suite, and then our 360 FLS, which is a front living. Those have the full profile front cap. And what that does is obviously it gives you a bigger stature kind of as it's sitting, and visually, but you have more walk around space in the bedroom. So typically with a mid-pro, it curves up slightly, and this one goes up and over. So you just get more walk around space in the bedroom. And then when you have a king bed, you can still get one nightstand. And then you also have the ability to put a stackable washer dryer, in those floor plans that have the bed slide.
So I'm just pulling up the 320. This is one of my favorite floor plans, and this is one of the ones that would have that taller front cap, correct?
Yes.
All right. So people, as you take a look over here, you can have the optional king bed or the queen bed. So it depends on how much of a nightstand that you want. But if you look over here towards the bottom, I don't know if you can see that, but it says washer dryer prep. And that whole closet, you could put a stackable washer in there. And then you still have a huge closet with a lot of shelving inside, so you can stack your shoes, your t-shirts, this, that, and including a full bureau at the foot of the bed as well. So that's amazing. It's like a full profile, what you would see in the Solitude kind of front end, and the functionality included.
Yeah, I've, at first it was just a big change visually. It's gone over really, really well, and the customers love having more space. Stackable washer dryer, everyone, it seems like in the last year, if you would have asked me, washer dryer prep, it wouldn't have been on my radar. But I think within the last year and a half, I've had so many more customers asking for washer dryer prep in their units. And I just think people are using the units, for more extended stay purposes. Some people are using them for like an alternative to housing when they're, building a home. So there's just a lot more, use cases for RVing right now.
Oh yeah, what I found with my customers, most of the customers who are gonna potentially live or do extended stay RVing, they like the Grand Design product and they like the reputation that goes along with it and the customer service. Why do you think more people use Grand Design products when they're living in an RV?
Well, I think there are a couple reasons. One is our warranty. So our warranty, we have 1 year kind of bumper to bumper comprehensive limited warranty, and then we have our 3-year structural warranty. The 3-year structural warranty is unique in the industry because it covers extended stay use. So there's some manufacturers that if you look at the fine print, it will say if you use this more than this many days consecutively, it could void your warranty. Where we're okay if you use it 365 days a year, 1 day a year, you get the same warranty. And then we obviously have a 5-year frame warranty, and then all 3 of those warranties are transferable to the next owner, so they follow the unit from the date of purchase. So I think the insulation values and the testing that we do on the units probably is a reason for that as well. All the units we create have 2 layers of insulation through the roof and front cap, and that's even on our Transcend, which is more of kind of our first time customer. So I think the insulation values would definitely contribute to some of that, Bernie.
It's amazing because one of my good friends, it's a couple, Gabe and Alyssa Munoz, and their son Oliver. They've been traveling in their Transcend now for over 4 years, living in their RV, homeschooling, working out of it. They started a company that's related to RVs, and they have a fantastic experience with the customer service aspect of Grand Design. Can you tell us a little bit about what Grand Design does to make their service of their customers and their products so amazing?
Yeah, there's probably more than I have time to explain, but just to run down and obviously I might stumble on some of the terminologies that they use, but I'll tell you in my verbiage. But
no problem.
In 2022 we and I think that's something we've done really well is we've always outpaced our service parts footprint before our sales footprint. So we've always been able to keep up with it. So as we're producing more units, we have the infrastructure there and the manpower and the people and the parts already in place to handle those customers. So we have a 300,000 square foot service facility. And then we added even more to that because we've obviously come into the motorized, part of RVing recently. So it wasn't like we just used that space. We added more space. We're able to add more SKUs in our warehouse to ship out to customers, add more people to service those customers and answer phones. A few things as we have SRT trucks or service response team. There are 12 to my knowledge throughout the United States. And they're there for emergency situations. They'll go support our owners rallies. They'll go to dealerships and do training. They're even authorized to stop for any RV, regardless of the brand, when it's down on the side of the road. So incredible service. I mean, we partnered with first in the industry to partner with NTP Stag, which was, I think, largely in the automotive industry, but they warehouse different popular SKUs of ours for parts across the United States so we can get parts to customers quicker. We have something called Site Call, where you can, if you're an RV tech at a dealership, you can get on your phone and almost FaceTime with our service so we can see stuff live and in person. We have a division called Partners in Progress, which is sort of like a rep for the dealership on the service side. So they'll come in and help them with some processes and help them and just kind of just be their point of contact. So all of that stuff just speeds up the service process.
Oh yeah, I've had customers tell me of their experience with the customer service at Grand Design, and they say, oh yeah, they'll get on the phone with you and you walk to them and they'll tell you, what you need to do, and they might even send you parts or whatever it may be, and it could be a simple fix, but you need to know where and how to make that adjustment. So the customer service is phenomenal. I love the idea that you have a road crew out there taking care of customers time in and time out. Why don't we get back to a little bit about your products? Okay, Jeff, let's take a look at the Reflection 100 series here. These are starting MSRPs, right? And that's, pre-freight and prep, but that's amazing that product is here at these price points. And when you get them at the dealerships, they usually have a little bit of a discount as well. But let's take a look at some of these floor plans. I love, this small floor plan, the 22RK. The total length of it's about 27 feet long. But what people don't realize, in this real easy to tow and easy to maneuver fifth wheel, you have tons of space in here. Tell us a little bit about this floor plan, what makes it so special.
Yeah, I love this floor plan, the 22RK. You also see it in like an Imagine 23 LDE, which is like just insanely popular floor plan in the Imagine line.
Absolutely. I love that floor plan. Yeah.
But I really like the fact that like the rear kitchen aspect of it, you're able to look out the door, when you're cooking and making food. I like the seating across from each other. That seems to work really well instead of two seating options next to each other, which is okay. But this one, you can talk, have a conversation across the aisle there. And then when this slide is in, you can actually access and you can get into the bathroom and bedroom and also access your refrigerator. So when you're in road mode, you can get to all those places. But this is
I see there's a little bit of a
plan.
Oh yeah, this little scooch area. And that makes all the difference in the world when you're out and about and you might have to pull over at a truck stop or something and you want to make lunch and you want to use the bathroom. You don't want to go to the truck stop toilet, and you can go in there and take a nap. You can walk right into the queen bed, like you said, full access to the bathroom. And then you still have about 80% of your kitchen fully available. You can use the stovetop. You just can't use the oven area, but all that counter space and all the other functionality is available to you.
Yeah, I mean, so you can even put that dinette down. So, I mean, this is really more of a couples unit, but you could put that dinette, like, grandkids could sleep there, a shorter adult, could sleep there. And then there's just a huge amount of storage. Another thing that I really like on this floor plan is that when you walk in, below the dinette, there's actually shoe storage under there.
You kick your shoes off at, that's wonderful. It's just very thoughtful.
Your shoes is really, really nice.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And it makes it easy having that counter space right there too. So if you're working out on the grill and your spouse may put the marinated chicken on the counter, it's right within arm's reach of the door. So how handy is that? So it just makes camping that much easier. We'll grab one more of these 100 series because they're just fascinating. Let's take a look at, this doesn't seem like a 100 series, but it's massive. Let's take a look. Yeah, take a look at the 28RL. It gives you full rear living functionality in space and still on a lightweight camper. Dry weight, only 8,400 pounds. The estimated hitch weight, 1,348. So if you have the correctly equipped half ton, you can tow this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and in the 100 series, because like I said in the very beginning, it's about affordability. Right now, a lot of the floor plans are on the shorter side. we will have some larger floor plans in this segment. And our goal, like I said, is to offer the reliability of a reflection, the name brand of a reflection, the quality, fit and finish, and like the towing features of a reflection at an affordable price point. So we will have some larger floor plans. So it's not only about weight and size, but it's more about that affordability aspect. But yeah, I mean, this is a take on a really classic best-selling floor plan. It's just that the slides are inversed. So typically you'll see a rear living where the kitchen is on the off door side, and then the seating is on the door side, exposing all those windows to the campground. But this is just a little bit different take on that. So 28RL has been a huge success. 3 seating options, the island people love, fireplace, little hutch to store, crock pots and coffee makers and things like that.
Oh yeah, you know what I love too is that you take it all the way down to the 100 series, is that incredible swivel dinette option. I just love that. So that bench on the right side pulls out. You could use it as an ottoman. It's also storage. And then that dinette can turn into an office space where you're looking out the window and enjoying the great outdoors over there.
Yeah, that's been a showstopper. I love kind of demoing that at shows. Like you were saying, that ottoman comes out and it can be a footrest. We can store stuff under there. You can raise it up so you have a little TV tray by your trifold sofa in the back or your theater seats. And also, just when you remove that, it gives you more space for 2 chairs. And then obviously, when you can swivel that table and turn it into a desk for those remote workers, or, I guess it's tax season coming up, you can do your taxes there, whatever you want.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Okay, let's get in. I know we're taking a lot of time here, but I just love these products and they're very exciting to me. One of my favorite new floor plans here is the 270BN. It's not really new. I think it was like late 23, early 24.
Yeah.
It came out, but this gives you a little bit of everything. I mean, outdoor kitchen, amazing amount of counter space. Tell us some of the reasons why Grand Design would make this floor plan.
Yeah, this is a plan. So this is a couples unit, and I was hoping that you would pick this one because it achieves a lot of things. It's under 30 feet. Like you said, you have the outdoor kitchen. Typically, you see outdoor kitchens on bunks and things like that. There's a place that you can hide it, but we managed to do it there underneath the countertop space. You get a fireplace. You have a little breakfast nook. So you can sit back there and eat, and then you have your big theater seats right across from your TV. And then most importantly, when you're traveling, a lot of people, this is really important for, you can get into your unit, you can get to your bathroom, your bedroom, and your refrigerator when you're traveling. But the amount of countertop space, the amount of storage in this unit for being under 30 feet is just incredible.
Yeah, in case people can't see it, behind the shower, there's a full wardrobe for the bedroom. So not only do you have closet space above the bed on either side, but you have this huge closet with a few drawers under it at the foot of the bed as well on the back side of the bathroom. So they don't waste an inch in this camper, and it's very efficient and very easy to maneuver and access everything in the camper. And having a full refrigerator, full griddle, and a 17-foot awning out there, just amazing. While I'm fishing around to get over to some of the full-size reflections, let's take a look at some of the features that you're going to find on the outside of a reflection.
Yeah,
give us a little heads up.
On the outside, some things I think that are really important. Like I said, outdoor kitchen is something that a lot of people want. And, if we can't fit an outdoor kitchen, we always do the LP Quick Connect. So you can bring a griddle along with you in the back of your truck or in your pass-through storage. In most of the pass-through storages, you can fit a little mini refrigerator, and we put an outlet in there. So if you're willing to bring a table along and put that mini refrigerator in there, you can kind of make your custom outdoor kitchen. Just some safety features. Like that's been, we've done a lot of work in the last 9 months on reflection, 9 months. And we really looked internally and said, hey, how can we do things better, in the factory? What are really meaningful things for customers that we can do? And so just for example, we put side camera prep on every single unit. So rear camera prep has always been there, but full visibility when you're going down the road,
Oh, that's important.
solid steps. And then when you're in your luxury fifth wheels and travel trailers, you have the lift assist steps, larger grab handles. So getting in and out of the unit safer. Anti-lock braking with sway control is live on every single reflection out there. So that's a huge safety feeture. We got to go to the Navistar test track and like really see it in action. And it was incredible how unremarkable it is when you're in a, maneuver situation or stopping situation, and how that, tow vehicle stays straight right behind your vehicle. So, Goodyear tires on everything, upgraded suspension, the MORryde CRE 3000 suspension on all of our models. So
I like how you put it, unremarkable, because, that's what you're hoping for, right? That you don't get any surprises when you're in an emergency braking situation where the camper kind of loses control or whatever it may be.
I always want to say how amazingly well it works. But really the word is it's unremarkable when you're, in an emergency stop situation. It just kind of does its thing and it's right behind
does
you.
What it's supposed to do.
So it's pretty cool.
That's fantastic. Hey, I'm inside of one of my favorite floor plans here. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. This is the 337 RLS. And, and I always said, because when this floor plan came out, I said, I hope they don't change it, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, you somehow figured out a way to make it better. And, I'm starting off with this big 16 cubic foot, 12 volt refrigerator. It seems like you have a little extra space in there too, for 25, maybe at the either side of the island. But
I think that's probably because the flush floor slides.
Oh yeah, it makes it feel bigger. Yeah,
it makes it feel a lot bigger. There was a little step up right there in front of the range, and leaning over that was a little bit awkward. And so now we have flush floor slides on all of our galley slides. In our main line in travel trailers. And then, you're also going to see, you can't see it right there, but we're going to have pull out trash can storage, cutlery drawers, spice racks, kind of.
Is that under the island?
Yeah. On the other side of the island there, right across from the range.
Oh, right. All right. I'll see if I can get over there, but if not, it's
take my word for it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I've seen it. Yeah, which is wonderful. You don't usually see something like hidden trash storage until you get into a really upscale fifth wheel, right? But look at this beautiful hutch area with all that counter space. And I know you have USB and 110 plugs on there. So whether you're putting your coffee maker, your margarita maker, or staging in that little cubby hole some of your correspondence when you're traveling or whatever it may be, it's just amazing. And of course, the bedroom and all that is wonderful as well. I seem to have lost my capability of changing direction in here, maybe because I'm in a program within a program within a program. But at any rate, it is a magnificent floor plan.
Yeah, a few other things in there. So on the control panel, we made all of the lighting dimmable. So in the main area, the awning, and then those pendant lights that you see right above the island, all of that is dimmable, so you can create whatever kind of mood you want. I know sometimes in an RV at night, it can be very bright. So we were able to dim all those lights, and it feels really good. I was messing around with it at a show this last weekend, putting music on the JBL speakers and dimming the lights and stuff, and just kind of creating a mood, turning the fireplace on. And it just feels really good.
I didn't know you were such a romantic, Jeff.
Yeah. I know, actually I invited a couple of other sales. I said, hey, come here and check this out real fast, So yeah, we hung out in there, and
I think your wife would be proud.
Day, I guess.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So Grand Design seems to be constantly in a state of innovation and development. So what drives Grand Design to keep moving forward to be a leader in the RV industry?
I think that the main driving force, at least when I'm speaking with my product manager, his main focus is what is useful for the end user, what's useful for the customer. So rather than bolting things on or putting flashy lights or huge TVs, he's looking at the actual structure of the unit. And I think a really good example of this is in our bulkhead area in the front storage. It relates to how solar works. And so not every customer needs solar. Some people just go to a campground, they plug in. But we offer a standard solar panel on every single unit. We give a very large charge controller, so you can always upgrade the solar in a really meaningful way. Our charge controller, or our converter, pairs with lithium batteries, so you can charge them up to 100%. We do inverter prep on every single unit. Our 12-volt distribution panel is really clean on WAGO connectors, and that's the kind of stuff that he's been looking at, is like, how do we clean this up? How do we make it really useful for customers? So if you do want to do off-grid camping, you can customize what we give you right away, and you don't have to spend a ton of money up front. So we want to make it really useful for customers. And so that's what we've been pursuing for the last year, I would say.
That's fantastic. And it all goes down to the basic values and principles of Grand Design RV. And if you don't mind kind of reviewing some of those too, because I think it goes along with the way they innovate, is they have a purpose, right?
Yeah, I mean, our goal is a customer for life. And kind of back to what I was saying, we don't care if you're a first-time RVer, or you're upgrading, or you're trying to get, the biggest, baddest momentum or solitude. We want to give you, we might cost a little bit more, but I always tell customers, it's not because we're pretentious people, it's because we know that you work hard for your money, and we want to give you something of substance and value.
It is valuable. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you get a Transcend, for example, the features, those come with all the warranties. I used to rep Transcend, and I love it because when you're talking to someone or educating them on it, you don't have to hide behind all these deficiencies that it has. You can really dive into something that's for a first-time customer. And usually most manufacturers are looking at, they just want to get to a certain price point to attract them, And what we're saying is a little bit different. It's like, hey, we want to give you valuable features, a quality unit that has more structure, more substance, better warranty, because we want you to have a great experience, and we want you to come back to our brand. So ours is about, our value system is about retention, retaining customers. And that's by offering them, a great experience, and great warranties and a great product.
And that goes all the way from the Transcend 1, that little single axle travel trailer, all the way up to the Solitude and Momentum fifth wheels. The consistency with the engineering, the attention to detail, the insulation, the functionality, the warranty, the customer support, it's all there. That's fantastic. So thank you for sharing that. Let's talk a little bit about Grand Design's, one of their recent developments, the Lineage line of motorhomes. And although you don't directly, work in these departments, please tell us your personal thoughts about what you've seen so far.
Yeah, like I said, I'm learning about the motorized, offering, and just in general, kind of the same thing. I've always been involved with towables, and so this is new to me. And I've been an admirer. Years ago, I started looking at B vans and just kind of curious, and like the whole van life trend was going on and is going on. And so I started kind of just looking at them, and I love the motorized line because, especially here at Grand Design, I've done a lot of factory tours, and there's the folks over there are really unique people. One of the product managers for the Mercedes Class C, Mike Hums, is just this genius at figuring things out and really digging in and finding what's useful for customers. So I've done a lot of factory tours, and the things that they're doing in that facility, I don't know if they have factory tours going. Oh, they do have factory tours going on. But even the slight detail of, they built a bridge over the production area. So when you go on top of the bridge, there's a GoPro camera, and it takes a picture of you on your tour. So they're really thinking about all the details. You can walk through it during production. It's really quiet because there's not compressed air in there. There's so many unique things that they're doing that I think are really, really innovative in that place. And like I said, I'm just learning about it too. So
right, it goes back to Grand Design's basic principles to that construction. The fact that they use a 4500 series Mercedes chassis on that particular line is a testament to the commitment that Grand Design has for construction, because they spend more time, energy, and building up that structure so they can call it Grand Design, and I just love the fact that they hold true to their principles no matter what.
Yeah, it's I wasn't aware of that, but a lot of Class Cs, like you're saying, the cargo carrying capacity is really low. So by using that larger chassis, they're able to allow the customer to carry more with them,
and have more structure.
Yeah,
so
well, and I think it's the Moerchen. There's you probably know better than I do.
Yeah, it's just like a substructure underneath the whole that is welded to the chassis. That makes it really rigid, and then they have more to connect the walls to and all that stuff.
Yeah, you can do deeper slides, and you can, so that was stuff that I was just unaware of. I didn't realize how most of them were constructed, and that this is really unique and what it does. Similar to a Solitude, for example, it's built on a wider body chassis. The I-beams are set out further, so less. The outriggers aren't as long, so you can just that means you can do deeper slides and more space and things like that. So
less stress on the whole body. Yeah. I mean, they go into the engineering at a very deep level. So, Jeff, I want to thank you for joining us today on RV Game Changer. You just exemplify why Grand Design RV are RV game changers. So very wonderful company, and you should be proud for the work you do for them, and I'm sure they're proud of you too. So thank you so much, Jeff, and have a wonderful day.
Yeah, thank you, Bernie. I appreciate the opportunity, and maybe we can do it again sometime.
Absolutely. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, see ya.
And if you want to find the latest episode of RV Game Changer, make sure you go to rvtoday.tv, where you find our latest episode along with a lot of great information, tips and tricks, and videos of RVing Today TV. If you want to get a hold of me, go to RV Game Changer on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram, and make sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.